hello.
How's your Saturday morning?
Completely fine. How about yours?
Except spoiled coffee. It's absolutely normal because we begin with an XT code hour as usually on Saturday morning. Andrew,
Yeah.
what do you know how to travel in time, Andrew? I wanted to ask you.
Sorry, what?
Do you know how to travel in time?
Travel in time.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I wanted to
Are
know.
you
I wanted to try.
are you interested to learn? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one example of traveling in time. Last year, well, but that's not super interesting travel in time, not to travel into future, but travel into the past. Last year in June, I think it was 8th of June, we made a workshop on one of the conferences. And the conference and the workshop was about splitting or decomposing a monolith into microservices. And we took an example, which was a banking application written in TypeScript, and we spent quite a lot of time investigating sort of patterns and the project itself, and what can we do to decompose it into microservices. Yeah, I remember there was a brilliant material from microservices.io, if I'm not mistaken, and also quite an interesting journey into GRPC and also tight dependencies into the project. Yeah, so we actually made a little bit of our algorithm how we can decompose, and then we tried to apply it to the monoliths that we played around with, and we achieved something. I think we decomposed it into one microservice so far. I mean, we used the pattern, which was called, one second, I like this one, yes, triangular application pattern with this huge tree. And basically this pattern is about to keep on going with a monolith, try to cut some small pieces out of it, still keep it working, keep the system stably working, and additionally to this monolith, we want to introduce small services, so the whole system is consistent and performs as it was performing before. But the result of this algorithm, result of this action in time would become the system of microservices, which in the end behaves the same as a monolith. Yeah, there was a lot of other patterns, of course, that we used, and we had to look at those that I used hardly in NestJS, because it's a very modern enterprise framework, or inspired modern enterprise framework. So terms like DDD, like domain-driven design, of course, like the way how you create the classes naming, the classes purposes, like a repository, for example. Yeah, the ORM, of course, like all of these things are nicely implemented in NestJS. So we made this algorithm. This is the short version of it in here. Understand the domain, like a very important topic, right? We need to first understand what the application is doing right now, how it is doing, what services it can be cut it into. To understand that part, we need to really carefully have an idea on what is doing and how it's doing. So we draw, I think, some pictures of the API, and then we started cutting. Before we did this cut action, we actually had to introduce some tests into the system, right? Because we want to keep the system performing even if we cut some pieces out of it. So we wrote some tests, and we chosen one particular functionality to cut. Yeah, and then then we moved it to a separate microservice, and and our system continued working. Is it correct? Does it make sense?
Yeah, I mean, such a great speech. I didn't even want to interrupt you. Yeah, just keep going.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, I was preparing all night for that. So yeah, rehearsing continuously. So I'm not surprised myself. Maybe our viewers are surprised, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's back in time journey. So that was almost a year ago. Well, yeah, maybe a few months left, less than a year. Do you remember that pass? Do you remember this journey?
Yeah, NestJS. It was another challenge for me, to be honest, to touch NestJS. It was, I think that was kind of the first time I ever touched this. But yeah, it seems to be a very nice framework for Node.js applications, giving you a great extendable way to combine your application from smaller pieces. That was the way we tried to do this for this banking stuff, yeah, and then trying to use Strangler to decouple some of the pieces of it. Yeah.
Indeed. So we wanted to continue that, right? That's our way back to the present, right? Can you maybe show us the current state of application, how it's going, what it is doing, and what we want to achieve actually?
Yeah, sure.
Some,
See my screen?
yeah, what are we looking at?
Yeah, so basically we are
Oh,
storing.
I think something's changed in your mic setup. We can
Oh
barely
yeah,
hear you.
is it better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better. Yeah.
So yeah, what do we have now? Basically, the main repo. It consists from the server. The server contains regular NestJS application, and this NestJS application has some multiple roads. Let's just try to run it. Start, I think. Dev start. We start dev. Sounds better. I also was concerned about maybe something like if you share. Oops. Unable to connect to the database. Okay. It's interesting.
Maybe you can show us on a high level what do we have. Like this is the repository which contains server application, client application, front end application, right?
Yeah.
And this is a state of a main branch, right? So this is still a monolith we can see here.
Yeah, this is a monolith. I mean, we still have some. We started to develop this currency server, which is gonna be like a completely separate currency, which is going to be a replacement on one road here in the server. But yeah, we didn't attempt here to attach it to the server, so server still works as before with old logic. we also created one test just to be able to test this functionality of currency before we start migrating. I think it should be somewhere. We also have some migrations. I think the problem about starting application, about migration, we need to run them first.
Yeah, actually, does the start work? It doesn't, right? I cannot connect to database that you showed.
Yeah, let's try to restart the database first, so we can try to what? Let's try with database first. Yeah, Docker Compose up.
And we have it nicely configured in Docker Compose, of course. That helps a lot.
It seems to be like it also on the main branch. It also tries to, yeah, it also tries to run the currency, which we don't need to at the moment.
Oh, we even have a Docker file with the currency service. Nice.
So yeah, let me first try to kill and remove database to get the clear state. We remove all the containers and we start it again. So database should be clear and freshly created without no data. And next, yeah, let's try to go here and run it one more time. Also, would be nice to see if we recorded this in README. I suppose no.
It's not our README.
Yeah, I mean just for us to understand how to start this application 1 year after.
Just for fun, yeah. I remember that that was a challenge for you, like to put the commands other than a terminal. Even in terminal, you don't persist the history and just type it from the beginning, which I enjoy watching that.
Yeah, you are funny. Yeah, I forgot to do one measure thing actually. Here. So let's do it now. Hide the match
Oh
property.
yeah. Okay.
Hide
Clear the
everything.
pass. Yeah, clear the URL. Oh, the pass.
It's gonna be server. Okay, so we just have a clear terminal now. Let's try to do yarn start f one more time. Yeah, I think if it's not gonna work again, we need to do migrations first.
Ah.
No, it worked now.
All right. One more time. So we started the database, and after that we just started the application. So now it all works from.
Yeah, I think the reason is we had this last time. Basically, we use the same database for tests and for like application execution. And I
Yeah.
just before our meetup, I just tried to run all the tests, and it was having similar error, like the database is not clear or something, couldn't connect when I cleaned up the database, and then it worked completely. So if we try to run now, kind of tests again, it's gonna be failing. But yeah, let's go step by step. So yeah, my
Yeah.
question,
Exactly.
my question was maybe you know something. So here you can see like we started the application, right, and we have like our idea here, and to reshare. I mean to switch to show you how the application looks like. I need to reshare my window. Maybe you know know some, plugins or something for terminal, so it's gonna be executed and showed like open the web page just in the terminal.
In fact, I know. Yeah, the first
Oh,
one.
yeah. Okay. Never expected that. Okay.
Yeah, the first one is called curl. It's very.
Okay. No,
The
I
other one, though, in the other one, it's called Lynx. Have you heard of Lynx web browser?
no, like that links.
Lynx, yeah. I think you can install it with,
Really?
yeah, with
Try.
the Ruby package manager. How it's,
Do. No.
yeah, with the Brew indeed.
Wait. Is it Ruby based?
No, no, it's not. It's not. But we can try Lynx. It's Lynx with X in the end.
That
No, no, without K.
links. Okay. Let's try to search first.
So that is like a browser in terminal thingy.
Oh, it's even written in different. Suppose it's that.
Yeah, let's briefly check the structure of a project. Like maybe you can show the main module in TypeScript, like main module in NestJS. What
Yeah, sure.
did we attach a REST API UI, REST API viewer, or not?
What do you mean by REST API view?
So in NestJS we have this nice plugin to
Yeah, I think it's
show it.
it's already been there. I think so.
Yeah, set up Swagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So yeah,
first step for
the main
encountering your
step,
application.
the main task basically about bootstrapping the app, the NestJS app, and applying, attaching all the pieces together. Also, I think this is the place where we decide what kind of application will be behind the nest. Like a nest, it's a framework, but it allows you to use multiple backends. In this case, we use Express. I think it's also possible to use Fastify.
Your
Right?
microphone is making something strange. It's we cannot hear you well.
Can you hear now?
It's better, much better. Thanks.
Strange. Okay. Yeah, I was saying that there is an option to use Express as a backend for NestJS application as well as Fastify, as far as I remember. Yeah, it's platform Express, but we also can use Fastify here. Yeah, what modules do we have? Let's have a look. A lot of them. I think app should be the main one, probably. Yeah, basically app contains all the underlying modules, including currency model, which we are trying to get out of our repository, not repository, but our application, and replace with some microservice.
Okay, so currency model is the one that already exists in application. It's not ours. It's not that the one that we split it.
No, this is the same actually. What was split it, but I mean, it was existing before, basically. Yeah, the idea was
Okay.
to take it out.
But it had a lot of coupling into the system, so we had to do some
Yeah.
work to. Okay.
I mean,
And in this,
first of all, it's the most decoupled model as we have compared to others, and that was the reason to start from it to understand the whole process for it first, and yeah,
and how did we understand that is most decoupled one?
I think looking into the Swagger, I hope this software is gonna be installed soon, so we're gonna check it. check the website.
Yeah.
Let me at least check it if it still works.
In the meantime, can you show us a currency model definition just for fun?
Yeah, sure. Boop, 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 boop. There you go.
I really like the structure of this banking application that we took. It's yeah, you will find the fork. So we forked it from one of the authors of it. So actually, we forked it from our repository, which contains, like I said, front end and back end. But originally, it was a back end application. That's what we interested primarily in this journey. So I really like this app. I think we tried other apps, like which one is nice to showcase, and this was one of the best choices, also because it's written in NestJS. Right. So it has a full NestJS features used, I think, in this app. Like we can see interceptors, of course, all classes like controllers, repositories, services, yeah, whatever else, all the database related stuff. Yeah, it's wonderful. I remember notifications was one of the other candidates for decomposing it,
Yeah,
so maybe it's gonna be a next step. Yeah.
yeah. But
So in
first, yeah,
this, yeah,
yeah.
let's first remember. Mm-hmm.
First, what we found here, it was like here it was a connection to user model, transaction model, and bill model for some reason. But in fact, they haven't been used at all in currency, so we just commented it out, and that's it. We don't use it anymore, and
Yeah.
with no effect, as I remember.
So it doesn't have any usage actually.
I
Maybe it
think
has
so. Yeah.
maybe it has some
Sorry.
effects, like you know, maybe the modules have some effects, and then those effects affecting the behavior of currency model somehow, which doesn't sound like a very ideal scenario. Do you know what a forward ref means in NestJS world?
I think it's yeah, it's ability to define the user, not user but currency in this user model. But again, we didn't care about currency model here. However, it's again, it's currency, it's forward ref here in the.
I think it's sort of force injection. It looks like it's a force injection into the model somehow, but I don't remember exactly what this functionality means in NestJS. Maybe we can ask Valentin in the next
Yeah.
stream that we have today. Okay. So does Swagger works for you?
Let's try to find actually. No, it didn't. Let's try to find a way it should be based.
Say
I mean,
some port available. I would try
yeah.
3000. Oh yeah.
I mean, 3000 works, but it seems to be showing the application, but not the Swagger.
Yeah. Swagger is probably a separate one. Okay, yeah. Let's look at that one. Set up Swagger if you go inside.
Build, create document, setup.
Oh, I think it has the same port, but it has a route like Swagger or something like that.
Okay, let me try.
Let me also find it in the doc.
No. Maybe docs? No. Doc? No. Currency?
It's a brute
No.
force attack. Wait. I'm reading the official doc.
Yeah. How it
It's
goes?
perfect. Nah, it's no result. Let me try so far. Let me have a
Let's
look.
try to get
Not see that plugin.
in here, at least to understand what port is. Config service. No. Okay. Let's go to the app, get config service. I think should be here. Strategies. Try to search config service. Or maybe even port.
Aha, yeah. No, it's the same one.
So orm config. Really, this Linux is being installed like forever. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
it's
on, but maybe it's just I see already big sewer bottle something. Maybe it's
because
upgrading my.
now how it works. It actually downloads all internet to your local, and then it can show you the just it in the text format. That's how it works.
Thanks to letting me know. Too late.
Yeah, I think this is a better doc. This was from a CLI plugin. This is Open API. All right. API list. Oh, setup. So it has setup documentation. Yeah, you tried the
Yeah.
documentation link?
No.
You tried.
No. It's yeah. I
No.
see here. It's called path. But whoever decides to have such a long path, yeah, it works.
Amazing, man. um,
Maybe I'll
yeah,
just
okay.
share this screen and we go through it and then go back to the code because I'm not sure
Yeah,
how much.
let's try so far. Yeah, yeah. I think Lynx is actually should be installed at some point, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
not that big. Like not bigger than Node.js, I would say, but who knows?
But it's already upgraded like Postgre, like Python,
No, it could be.
Versus CLI for some reason.
It could be bigger than a browser because it's or than a Node.js because it's not only V8 but also like all HTML stuff and yeah, maybe some styles. This is my screen, by the way. This is an official NestJS doc about Swagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the same screen, by the way.
Amazing, amazing, nice.
Yeah. So after 35 minutes, we managed to run our previous application without no changes. This is a kind of interesting behavior. Yeah. So what do we have here? We have pretty much a lot stuff. All this rest. We have currencies, as you can see on the currencies row. It's the smallest one, right? It just provides you the list of the currencies based on some input. By the way, the input not something we really did in our previous example with decoupling. Also some bills, transactions, and notifications. That was the reason why we thought about notifications. Could be another candidate to clean because
Yeah.
it's quite small in sense number of roads and yeah, and the data. But I think the problem about notifications that it's really hardly tight coupled with all other parts like user, bill, transaction. It's all about it, so it has a harder connection to them, which should be handled as well at some point. And this also create some, schemas for specific inputs and outputs we're gonna have here. Yeah,
Okay. Can you do the curl to the currency route? I think it was not the gRPC, just REST API, right? In this case.
yeah. So we can just call this. I think we even can call it from here.
We don't need to be authenticated.
Uh,
Oh.
I think so. Yeah, that was another point, by the way. I think currencies is a road which is available out of authentication because it's just, they're really plain currencies like a dictionary within a bank. There's no need to get this behind it, but let's try. Where's the button? Okay,
Your screen became very tiny for some reason. It takes one
tiny.
third part of the whole screen in height. I don't know why. Probably because you
I
shared a
see.
tab.
Yeah, I actually opened. Yeah, let me reshare. I opened. How to call it? Anyway, I opened the network. Now
Makes
it's
sense.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's try it. Maybe it will be some results responses here. Yeah. So what it did this, executed, and here what we received in response, like UUID of this currency, the name, and currency exchange rate. Within currency exchange rate, we also had to modify this code to make it work because originally it wasn't. Let me just quickly see. Yeah, currency we switched to crypto compare provider. If you heard of this, it's about crypto mostly, but also you can get some rates for regular rates for Euro USD and currencies like these. So yeah, are we going to get back to code now? We have
Yeah, I think it's a good one. Yeah.
more
How's the
questions
links
here.
doing? So far, no. Yeah, thanks. Currency endpoint is nicely explained and overviewed.
Okay. Uh, Linux is still being installed. What's going
Okay.
on now? Like, oh, okay. It's now time to Erlang to be upgraded. Cool. I have everything fresh after this
It's
workshop.
no, it's just in a link scope. I think I hope it will not update the whole of your system. You know how to open another terminal in this IDE, right?
Yeah. You just have to use
Okay.
them.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So it's not blocking you.
No.
Nice. Can we, because you copied the curl, can you show us that it's working from terminal as well?
Yeah, sure. To be honest, I didn't copy it, but let's do. So let's try to curl. Yeah, it works.
That's cool. Okay.
So I
So we still in master, right? In a main branch.
yeah, we're still here. Let's
Okay.
try maybe with tests, right?
Which commit we are on, if I may ask?
Um, you want me to pronounce the whole hash of the commit?
Yeah, please
Okay, no
spell
problem.
it.
Yeah, let me just try. Okay, it's something.
Origin and use microservices. I see. So I think the last one that is passing on the GitHub is fixed currency microservice. So this one, yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe it
this
makes
is
sense to switch to this one first.
no. We already on this one. This is the main branch, and this is the use microservice branch.
I
So
see. I see.
we all need. So
All right.
it what really works.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try test. I'm gonna stop this.
And
Let's.
the tests are using a real database for now.
Oh yeah, it's like an integration test. So I'm gonna open this and see how it works. Pretty much easy. Uh, Mocking other modules which we basically commented out, so it's not really needed. But again, if we have it, we can mock it and provide some implementation we wanted to provide. But yeah, in our currency, we just create a database. Let me see, we push some data, we get it clear, we push some data in the currency rates and currencies itself, and then we hit the road and see the result comparing that is the same result as we pushed. Pretty much far forward, right forward. So
Okay.
we are
I missed the part we taken currencies from database, so this is not mocked, right?
how we take in currencies from the database.
Oh, repository save. This is and repository here is mocked or not?
I think no, it's real repository to the real database currency repository.
That makes me sad, but okay.
Why? So you wanted
No,
not
that's
to use the database at all, like mocking everything and just showing the result.
no, not necessary. If we have at least a test database, do we?
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand when this code is being called. There is a code to fetch these rates from the third party. I'm just wondering where it's getting called. Okay. Ah, okay. There is another basic. This is a cron, which is executed periodically, and we fetch these rates, and then we push these rates to update our database. So basically, the service when the service access this road, like REST road of currencies, it takes the rates from the database directly,
No,
and
that's nice.
the
I
third
think we
party
didn't know that.
uh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, why we didn't know that if we have wrote the test like that? So
Yeah, if
and it worked.
we just splitted Monolith into microservice with a currency inside, why would have we known about Cron currency? Can we see it somewhere in Swagger in Open API, or it was just your adventure on a code and you understand that? How did you
Swagger,
get into this one?
you mean what?
Yeah, I don't know. We
There
don't
is a
see this cron in Swagger, right?
Yeah, we don't definitely. So this is just purely. I mean, Swagger is getting generated from all these annotations, like what's going on here, and this is from controller, and crons is something which is a part of this module to fetch this data, like it says every 20 hours,
Yeah.
and put them into the database. But this is kind of a part of the service which is completely untouched, and can be
Okay.
basically anywhere.
All right. Yeah, so you were about to run a test, yeah.
Yeah,
This
let's
will
see.
run all the tests on only on currency.
Yeah,
Only on
it
currency.
will run all the tests, all the one tests on the currency.
And the test is we didn't have any tests in this project, did we?
We have, yeah. This is one. I mean, this is a still monolith.
Yeah, I mean, we introduced this test. It
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah,
tests before us.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can you explain us what the test is about again? I think you just went through it, but
Yeah, so basically we are mocking all the dependencies to the third-party modules, which we have here. But basically this
yeah.
is not really needed because we just commented them out. But anyway, it's a way to not comment them.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, the next part we basically get set up for our database, get it clear, and then push some data
Yeah.
to the database, and then we just check if this row of currency is returning exactly the same as we pushed
Okay.
to the database. Nothing
Makes sense. Yeah.
really.
Clear. Thank you.
Yeah, and as I
And it's
said
failing.
before, yeah, it's failing. You see exactly the same error, and I'm not sure why. I think it would be nice to speak about it with Valentin, trying to understand. Maybe he has better understanding of the reason. But basically, when the database already used for the application and then you're trying to reuse it for tests, it's just failing. The same works.
What if you stop the application? Let's stop the main application
Oh, it
and try to
stopped.
run this.
Stopped. Because I've closed this. I've closed this. But yeah, the only way I found is just to restart, like kill the database, remove it, and then restart it, so it's
Okay.
completely fresh.
Starting database. Yeah. Now I'm following you. Yeah. Let's try to run tests again. Okay. And the error is that it cannot connect to database.
Oh,
Can you
actually, I
scroll
have
up?
it one more time. Interesting.
Yeah, up. Do we have a database error maybe somewhere? Maybe it's just credentials. Are you trying? What? Meta type is not constructor. Wow, that's sounds very interesting.
Yeah, basically, I think all of this coming from the database error first, because it's
Okay.
started to complain about save, about query,
Yeah.
about everything.
Does it have a database error somewhere? Like yeah, like I don't know,
Uh,
credentials are not correct or something like that.
I don't think so. Let's try to run it one more time. Maybe I just executed it before it started on the other tab. No, that's interesting because here's maybe one of the things.
Unable to connect. Oh, this Postgres pool is not a constructor. Oh, okay. Postgres driver. We didn't reinstall Node Modules for today's session, right? This is old
I
Node
did.
Modules.
I did
You
before.
did.
Yeah, but I can repeat. I mean, the last
No,
time
no,
I
no.
did it, it worked.
Yeah, it's probably still downloading links for you, so I would not do that for now.
It's all up to date, says.
Yeah. Okay. Postgres pool is not found. Let's Google it a bit. Postgres pool class is not found. Connection. Huh. Can you show the error one more time, please?
Yeah, sure.
It's type RAM, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. It's type RM. Huh. I think it's something different now. Yeah.
It's
Wait a second. Maybe I have some crap in the tests. No. Create
config
sync.
module. Type RM module for root async. Can you expand this one? Line 65, yeah. DB host, DB port. Do we have those?
Yeah. I mean, can you see that for now we have different kind of error, so it's not about DB, I think.
About and what
Ah,
about
no,
this?
it's again says this like.
Okay. Can you scroll down to the error again, please?
No, it's just unhandled exception throw.
Yeah, up. I'm looking for something like previously, like unable to connect or whatever database error,
Yeah.
basically.
It's not here anymore. It's another kind of error. And now it works.
Maybe it needs to apply their migrations indeed.
Uh, yes, but I think it should be done
Your mic,
from
check your mic,
here.
please.
Yeah, I mean, it has an option here like synchronize. So
Uh huh.
what this synchronize does, it does the executing like when the connection is created, it copies all the entities we have into the database, not through the migrations, but like creating a requests instantly and putting them there. And yeah, but it's still kind of weird behavior if I'm gonna retry it. The more important thing that it works on CI/CD. It
It
works
used to
now.
work. It works now.
Yeah, it works.
Amazing.
But
Good
again,
job,
I
Andrew.
have I
Good
have
job.
no clue why it was failing before.
I mean, software.
No, open source software.
Right. Okay, so time to move on, I guess. Next step is to run it on the microservices branch, right?
Yeah.
We have this pull request. Maybe it makes sense to explain. I'm not sure actually. I think this pull request is not complete in terms of adding the microservice to the monolith. Can you open it in the? Oh yeah, if you
Oh,
can.
maybe you share your screen with so I don't
Oh yeah,
switch
yeah.
to yeah.
That I can do. Yeah, true. Let's do that. Yeah, like that. So this change from use microservice branch, I think it's pretty small here. It doesn't introduce the whole microservice. So do you remember what was this? It was some additional stuff. So the microservice was already
Yeah,
there
so
before, right?
it wasn't there before, so we added this during our like previous sessions in the packages folder. But here we are trying to attach one to another, and yeah, basically to combine all the system all together.
So Monolith is basically containing monolith and the microservice right now.
Monolith. No, I mean if path starts from the server, it's monolith. We have a microservice in another path. If you go back to the code, you can see it in the packages.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to see basically what you've done to introduce the service, but yeah, that's fine like that as well. So we actually it was the one that you just showed. It was in this state, right? It will already contained this gRPC service,
Yeah,
or wasn't it?
it
Ah,
was.
okay, but we are still running it in Monolith.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we run the
Okay.
pure monolith with a pure test on monolith, and there is no usage at all of this gRPC service.
Okay. And what we've done, we also did some change uh, in the monolith. This is monolith, SRC monolith currency, right? This is monolith part.
Yeah, this is the change so we start using this side
Aha.
gRPC service.
Perfect. Yeah, I got it now. Okay. So yeah, some meta tags, some meta functions that we're gonna need. Meta DTO, whatever that means. So we actually did additional stuff. We introduced it as a gRPC service, of course, because gRPC is cool. And okay, so we want to use this gRPC service running on a particular port. We know the interface for gRPC, of course, and then we use it like that. So we use get currencies from gRPC. Okay, and we return some object from here. Okay, and this is meta information to start it with a NestJS. So we're replacing the implementation with the gRPC microservice. I like it. That's nice to remember. Okay, can we run it now?
Yeah, let's do. Just quickly checking. Finally, finally, it was an error. Python 2
Links.
is not. Yeah. Maybe I've just used the wrong command. I don't know. Oh, it's here already. How does
Okay,
it work?
links. I don't remember the command. Links maybe open. Links open, I would say.
File.
No, that's optional. Uh,
Okay, let's just try. How was it? Let me check. It does something, but not sure what. The command looks pretty much the same as
yeah, but can
you
you
get.
open localhost 3000 slash documentation? I wonder how that would look
Yeah.
like.
We actually stopped the app.
Mike, yeah.
We stopped the app. That's yeah. Okay, let's just move on with this. Well, anyway,
Now I'm wondering what links would do with the Swagger. Okay,
hey,
let's start the monolith in a new branch. Let's attach gRPC to it, and let's run Swagger with links.
So I switched currency. So now I can here run the currency. So let's have a look at least that it's here. Okay, there is a packages, GRPC currency. And I don't remember did we use something like Lerna here as well?
I mean, it looks like
Yeah,
learner JSON, yeah. It looks like that. Side question, how, yeah, do you use Turborepo now? How do you find Turborepo?
Turborepo. I
Yeah.
think it's more efficient way to use it with the
Yeah.
monorepos. I mean, it provides from out of the box a bit more features, which saves your really time on builds and tests and everything if you're gonna execute the same on the CI/CD. But Lerna just kind of a very straight automation of doing similar things in multiple folders. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You're,
tried a couple of times Turborepo myself. I find it amazingly nice in usage. It's like I literally needed 2 minutes to set up it in a new or existing repo. Just works.
yeah. So let's have a quick look on the currency we had here. I think we still have some time just to briefly
Yeah,
understand
just
what.
so let's run it. Let's try to attach gRPC service and let's try links in the end.
Okay. So anyway, here we introduced gRPC as well. Okay, again, enable to connect. That's fair enough because I stopped this. Just doing the same cleaning for sure.
The microservice and Monolith share the same database.
Yeah, and this is another kind of bad practice.
Point of refactoring, yeah.
Yeah. So the idea here, so we have the complete different database for this complete, separated service, and that data is stored just here. And then
Yeah.
if we need this data, we just take this data through the service and just use it inside the monolith as well.
If we go to this path, like we introduce a microservice with a separate database, how we get the data in a monolith database?
Use microservice to get this. Yeah.
Yeah, but in our case, the gRPC, so we use it to call gRPC calls. Okay, and gRPC service will take it from its own database. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I mean, here I would say the easier way would be for us not to introduce gRPC but use REST instead. So we just provide the same kind of route as that was provided before for currencies. So at least I mean, we can fully decouple it from monoliths, right? And then if in some certain places in monoliths, if we need it, we call it, we fetch it, and we use it there. But for now, we just add in I would say, an extra complexity, that like an extra protocol, which for sure saves us bytes when we transmitting, but not, giving us the ability to do that. So yeah, anyway, let's start it finally. Thanks for speaking to me, Alex. It was really nice to. Yeah, it's failing again. We have a day of fails today, I think. But at least it fails on something different. So I see the database setup started. Oh, maybe I need to run it in dev mode, probably. Yeah.
Use dev power.
No, it still wants more money. No address added out of the one total. I think that.
Oh, you need an n variable, no?
What do you mean?
You usually in your projects you usually have this port and the host name. I think in your projects I saw those were required to run. like export port is export.
Maybe that, like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But the main app is not running
Why it's not running?
because
Because
I'm just trying to execute my microservice first to run it. But it's still kind of, okay, let's see about what you are saying about the port. No, the port is that. I think I could probably have some services running on this port. Do you know a command to check this quickly?
yeah, LSOF, uh, LSOF minus E,
Yeah.
then it's a semicolon, like that. Post it in the chat, and then not a
Okay.
semicolon, but yeah.
Yeah, there is something.
Yeah, and you can take PID and the kill it,
Oh
kill
yeah,
minus
love
9,
it.
and this guy.
Love this. I
Yeah,
love to
that's my
kill
flow.
processes.
Yeah, let's kill it. Let's kill it.
If you have some process which interrupts you, kill it. Okay, there's nothing here. So let's just do the same yarn start def, and hopefully it's going to be run. Yeah. However, I think in this GRPC case, there is no way for us to go somewhere and check if it's running, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could if we have an additional 10 minutes, but let's not do that. Let's start
Okay.
the monolith. Yeah. Is it
Yarn
using the same port?
monolith.
Yeah.
Let's
I
check.
think we want our monolith and we want to show Swagger.
Yeah, here's
Show
just.
it. Sorry.
So you want me to run? Okay, I've got your idea. Yeah, let's just run it. Show me your swagger, baby. Show me your swagger.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to do yarn install first because I've been adding some extra.
It's just yarn. Oh,
Oh, it's
yarn
just yarn.
install is okay.
Okay. Let's try one more time. Do you have still snow in Netherlands?
Snow is still in there, but I think today we expect plus 6 at least, so it will not be no snow in the end of the day, I believe.
Okay, let's try. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah, that's links. That's links, right? Yeah, that's links, man.
Do I need to pay now? I see Swagger
Now
UI.
Q to quit.
But
Quitter.
yeah, well, I see Swagger UI, which basically is from the page, but where's the rest?
I don't see anything. What you showing?
I mean,
Let's no.
there is a
Swagger UI. I see. Can you up and down one more time? Yeah, let's try one more time, and then up and down. You're already in the end of okay. Well, what? So the monolith is running now, right?
yeah. I mean,
Let's do
this
the
is
curl. Let's do the curl to currency. Not from links. Links is a yeah, nice that you installed it. You can use it for your free time to browse internet offline as well.
yeah. Where was the curl? Is it? Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Can we can actually try to do that like documentation here?
Yeah, we can. Can you also demonstrate that it was called in the gRPC service? Does it have a log somewhere in the gRPC microservice?
Yeah, I think so. Let's try. So I cleaned these. So now let we just pull the same.
Yeah.
And here we can
Yeah.
see the log that it was like requested
Yeah. Yeah.
some kind of
Right.
selects here. Yeah, all good.
All good. Yeah. I think we should finish it with maybe our future plans. What's gonna be the next steps for this project?
Uh, Good question. Like we can keep it as this for one more year and then return it back, but I think this is not our case. So I think we probably could add REST API here as well, so it can be easily attached as a fully replacement of the existing API from Monolith. If we start using it like a if we attach at the top like API gateway something infrastructure
Yeah.
based, so we can easily route this specific thing to the new microservice. Then the second part actually to look what this currency is being used in other modules. Like we still have in the server other modules like bills, transaction, on user. I think some of them may be using currency or currencies. So we need to think what extra in service roads we can add into this microservice to then attach it there and reuse it there. So the final idea to completely decouple, including database. So we need to decouple database as well.
So you're saying the next one of the next steps could be to decouple one other microservice. Yeah.
I was saying like we could just complete this journey with currency first and then start
And
decoupling
what's gonna
others.
be the completion of this journey with the currency? What do we need still to do that?
So yeah, I think we need to decouple database on the
Yeah.
database
Yeah.
level, and
Clear
then
environment basically, right? Like a
yeah,
decoupled database, clear
and then we
test, I
will
guess.
yeah, then we will be able to see where it's being used. I think for that we might need to write other tests for like other roles, like users, like transactions, billing, to be able to test if it's the thing it was before, and then the thing.
For the future decoupling of
Yeah,
microservices.
yeah. No. I
All
mean,
right.
if for example, bill bills if Bill's model uses currency and we're gonna replace it with something we just implemented in currency microservice, so we removing attachment to currency inside the monolith at all, and we using it through the microservice. And this means that we need to understand that this extra model, Bill model, still works somehow, or at least works the same way it was working before. I think the
Uh-huh.
original idea was to write the whole test coverage for all modules, and then we can do the replacement and see if it's still passing. But it's as we
Coverage
try
even.
co-
Really coverage? I'm not sure for
not coverage,
coverage.
but I mean like yeah, I mean to cover some of the paths we are going to work on. But
Sounds legit
it's
to me, my friend.
for me it sounds like a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah. So in one of the next weeks, I guess we will pick one of the tasks from what you just have said, and probably we will back also to the theory.
Yeah.
Uh, Probably in a month or so we will make another another attempt, another part of a workshop. So with a complete pass for decoupling the microservices from Monolith. Do you agree?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to add to say to our viewers, to our followers?
Have fun. Have fun from coding. Whatever you
Have
call
fun
it.
for have fun for what? Excuse me.
From coding, from the journey. It's not just the
Uh-huh.
final thing. It's also about fun.
Yeah, and also click follow, subscribe if you like the content. Also, please share it with your friends and
Go
have
back to
fun,
the
like Andrew
future
said.
with us.
Yeah. All right. Have fun, guys. See you in an hour with another NestJS stream. Bye-bye.
Yes, yeah.